George Kooymans, the legacy of Golden Earring's legendary guitarist. The music world has lost a true icon. George Kooymans, the talented guitarist and co-founder of the renowned Dutch rock band Golden Earring, has passed away at the age of 77. His family announced on Tuesday that he succumbed to complications from ALS, a debilitating muscle-wasting condition he was diagnosed with back in 2020. In a heartfelt statement, his family expressed their sorrow, saying, "We bid farewell to an extraordinary musician and composer whose influence extended well beyond the realm of Golden Earring." George was not only a cherished husband, father, and grandfather, but he was also a dear friend to many. Caesar Zuiderwick, the drummer of Golden Earring, shared his reflections with the media, emphasizing the need for quiet contemplation during this difficult time. "What we desire now is silence to remember all that he accomplished," he remarked. "I had the privilege of playing alongside him for 50 years, and those were the best years of my life." Golden Earring, which was established in The Hague in 1961 by Kooymans and bassist Rinus Gerritsen, rose to prominence as the most successful rock band in the Netherlands. They achieved international acclaim with chart-topping hits such as Radar Love, 1973, and Twilight Zone, 1982, the latter of which was penned by Kooymans and made it into the US top 10. When Kooymans retired due to his illness in February 2021, the band made a poignant decision not to replace him. They stated, "We are a group of 4 friends who are irreplaceable. Adding a new member would not be appropriate." The band's last performance occurred on November 16, 2019, at Ahoy in Rotterdam, and they officially disbanded following the public announcement of Kooymans' ALS diagnosis on February 5, 2021. In addition to his work with Golden Earring, Kooymans was instrumental in forming the Dutch supergroup Vreemde Kostgangers alongside Dwyn de Groot and Henny Vrienten. He also played a significant role in Anouk's rise to fame by contributing to her 1997 hit Together Alone alongside Barry Hay. To honor Kooymans and support ALS research, the remaining members of Golden Earring are set to hold a farewell concert at Ahoy on January 30, 2026, featuring guest musicians. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is a rare and progressive disease that gradually weakens muscles and ultimately impacts breathing. Approximately 1,500 individuals in the Netherlands are currently living with this condition. We extend our gratitude to our readers for their generous donations to dutchnews.nl. Your support enables us to provide this news service free of charge, allowing us to cover the issues that matter most to you and deliver daily summaries of significant Dutch news. George Kooymans of Golden Earring, the story behind Radar Love and his legacy. We bid farewell to an extraordinary musician and composer whose influence reached far beyond the realm of Golden Earring. George Kooymans, the iconic guitarist known for the legendary track Radar Love, passed away on July 23 at the age of 77. According to a representative for the band, Kooymans succumbed to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. In a heartfelt statement, Kooymans' family expressed, "We say goodbye to a great musician and composer whose work extended beyond Golden Earring. George was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, but above all, a friend." For countless American teenagers in the 1970s, there was no better anthem for late-night drives than Golden Earring's Radar Love. The song's infectious boogie rhythm inspired exhilarating driving experiences, while its lyrics encapsulated the excitement of joyriding and the hope of romance. The driving force behind this classic was Kooymans, whose dynamic guitar riffs complemented Barry Hay's lyrics with some of the most memorable licks in rock history. Radar Love has solidified its status as the quintessential hard rock road song in America. It came as a surprise to many young American fans when they learned that Golden Earring originated not from the US, but from the Netherlands. Remarkably, the band had been active for over a decade before achieving their breakthrough hit. Kooymans, alongside bassist Rinus Gerritsen, initially formed the band in The Hague under the name The Tornadoes. However, they were compelled to change their name after the British band The Tornadoes gained fame with their hit Telstar. They adopted the name Golden Earring, inspired by a song from the English beat group The Hunters, and quickly found success as a pop act both in their home country and in the UK. In 1969, the band dropped the S from their name and fully embraced hard rock, which led to an invitation to open for The Who during their 1972 European tour. They recorded for the Who's Track Records label, just in time to release their acclaimed album Moontang in 1973, featuring the hit single Radar Love. Kooymans' electric guitar prowess, showcased on his black Gibson Les Paul Custom with 3 pickups, played a pivotal role in catapulting the song to number 13 on the US charts. Although Golden Earrings' popularity waned in the late 1970s, they made a notable comeback in 1982 with the single Twilight Zone from their album Cut. While this marked their last significant success in America, the band continued to enjoy a loyal following in the Netherlands, and Radar Love remains a beloved classic for many Americans of a certain age. In addition to his work with Golden Earring, Kooymans released 2 solo albums, JoJo in 1971 and Solos in 1987, as well as collaborating on 2 albums with American rock musician Frank Carrillo. In 2021, Kooymans received the devastating diagnosis of ALS, a disease that progressively weakens muscles and impairs voluntary movement. Following the announcement of his condition, Golden Earring disbanded. Limor Noach, director of the ALS Netherlands Foundation, reflected on the overwhelming support Kooymans received from the Dutch public after his diagnosis. When it became known that George Kooymans had ALS and could no longer perform, it was heartwarming to see how the whole of the Netherlands rallied in support, she remarked. Our thoughts are with his family, friends, and the other band members, and we wish them much strength, she added. Elizabeth Swan, a passionate follower of prog folk music, has reported on the genre from various locations worldwide for publications such as Prog, Wired, and Popular Mechanics. She cherishes her collection of rare live recordings from Bert Jansch and John Renbourn, along with souvenir teaspoons gathered from her travels through the Appalachian region. When she's not playing her stellar 12-string acoustic guitar, she can often be found tinkering with synthesizers or effect pedals, using a soldering iron to modify them. Her hobbies also include crafting herbal wine and delivering witty retorts to those who mistakenly ask if she shares a name with the character from Pirates of the Caribbean. Spoiler, she does not. Remembering George Kooymans, Golden Earring legend and Radar Love's guitarist dies at 77. The news of George Kooymans' passing at the age of 77 strikes a deep chord in the hearts of music lovers everywhere. As a key member of the iconic Dutch rock band Golden Earring, his talents as a singer and guitarist left an indelible mark on the music scene. The band is perhaps most recognized for their sensational hits, Radar Love and Twilight Zone, which have become anthems loved by many. Kooymans' departure comes 4 years after he received a diagnosis of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, a condition that ultimately led to the band's retirement in 2021. His family shared a heartfelt tribute, stating, "We bid farewell to an exceptional musician and composer who contributed much beyond just Golden Earring. George was not only a cherished husband, father, and grandfather, but he was also a true friend to many." Echoing this sentiment, Limor Noach, the director of the ALS Netherlands Foundation, expressed condolences as well. She noted, "Our hearts go out to his family, friends, and bandmates, and we wish them strength during this difficult time." When George's ALS diagnosis became public, it was truly uplifting to see the entire nation come together in support of him. Caesar Zuiderwijk, the drummer for Golden Earring, spoke to the Dutch newspaper Algemeen Dagblad, revealing, "What we need now is some quiet reflection on everything he has done. I had the privilege of playing alongside him for half a century, and those were some of the happiest moments of my life." In 1961, Kooymans and his neighbor, bassist Rinus Gerritsen, launched what would become Golden Earring, one of the longest-running rock bands in history. They were later joined by drummer Zuiderwijk and co-vocalist Barry Hay, completing the classic lineup. Over a career spanning 5 decades, they emerged as the most successful rock act from the Netherlands, gaining international acclaim with hits like Candy's Gone Bad and When the Lady Smiles, in addition to the aforementioned songs. According to an obituary from Dutch News, Golden Earring's surviving members are preparing a farewell benefit concert for January 30, 2026, in Rotterdam, featuring various guest musicians. Proceeds from the event will support ALS research, ensuring that Kooymans' legacy continues to make a difference. While we remember George Kooymans and the timeless music he created, let's reflect on what his contributions mean to us as fans. How does his legacy impact you? What's your favorite song from Golden Earring? Share your thoughts below.